Hello. Okay, welcome to today's call. Today's training is going to be all about the metabolic power of relaxation. So I want you to think about this right now, this question. Are you a fast eater, a moderate eater, or a slow eater? So Gandhi once said that there's more to life than increasing its speed. But you never know by the way many of us live our lives today. So eating under stress is not only normal, but it's socially acceptable and is often a prerequisite for managing a job, maintaining a life, having a family. So here's the thing. If you're a fast and furious eater, it is time to switch gears. That's because the slower you eat, the faster you metabolize. I want you to remember that. The slower you eat, the faster you metabolize. So I want you to think about the last time that you ate under stress. It might have been this morning. It might have been for lunch or dinner. But I want you to think about what body sensations do you feel when you eat under stress? I want you to go ahead and write them down in your journal. So for me personally, or you might experience these symptoms too: heartburn, cramping, gas, digestive pains, even like belching, intense hunger. During stress, your body automatically shifts into a fight or flight stress response. So I'm sure many of you guys have heard of this response before. So this feature of the central nervous system evolved over millions of years ago into a brilliant safety mechanism that supports us during life-threatening events. A bear is chasing you, someone tries to steal your purse, a tornado is headed straight your direction, etc. So in the moment that your brain perceives that stress, the stress response is activated, okay? Your heart rate speeds up, blood pressure increases, you start breathing faster, hormones like epinephrine, norepinephrine, cortisol are activated, okay? So this is good and it can help you in a life-threatening event, but what happens is, another reason is your digestive system completely shuts down. It makes perfect sense that your digestive system would shut down if you're fending off an angry gorilla, because you don't need to waste energy digesting the Fruit Loops you just ate if an angry gorilla is chasing you. Am I right? Okay. So, but I want you to think about, if you are in that fight or flight stress response and your body and your brain doesn't know the difference between an angry gorilla chasing you and you worried about what you're eating or speed eating, okay? So I want you to picture yourself on let's think about yesterday or any typical day. It's probably busy. You might be rushing from here and there, kids to school, you're rushing around, okay? Right now, as I'm recording this, we're in the COVID, coronavirus. So like you could be really, really, really stressed, okay? Whether that's you're homeschooling your kids, you're trying to run a business and run your job. Okay, so during those moments, your body has no idea that what you're experiencing is not life-threatening, because it's genetically programmed to initiate that fight or flight response the instant the brain perceives stress. So, like I said, that means depending on the intensity of the stress you're experiencing, the physiological changes that are a part of that fight or flight stress response are activated, including some degree of digestive shutdown. Okay, so what does that mean for you? Okay, hold on, I lost my place here. So I want you to think about something else, okay? Have you ever eaten in an anxious state and had that feeling afterward that food is just sitting in your stomach? So I hear that a lot from clients, and where it's like just in your gut. Well, that's exactly what it's doing. It's waiting between several minutes and several hours for the body to kick back into normal digestive functioning. So I want you in your journal to think about the last time you ate under stress. What body sensations do you feel when you eat under stress? And I want you to go ahead and write them down. And then I also want to picture your typical day of eating. What does it look like? Write it down. So let's dive into one of my favorite lessons. This is a lesson from the French. And just so you're familiar with French and European culture, they take a few hours for lunch. They drink a lot of wine with their meals. They eat lots of cheese, high-fat food. Their portions do tend to be smaller. Their midday meal is the largest of the day. They're fanatic about using high-quality ingredients. They don't exercise as much as Americans. They smoke a lot. They're thinner. And they dine and celebrate their meals as opposed to eating and running. They actually didn't even have a term for fast food until recently as well. So, long story short here, researchers began comparing the health in America and France. The French eat considerably more fat than us, which means that they should have a higher blood cholesterol level and a higher rate of heart disease. But it turns out that the rates for the French are significantly lower than that for Americans. We have been taught the other way around. So scientists figured it must be the red wine and the active chemical component called polyphenols. You guys remember that? Everyone was like so excited. They're like, red wine's healthy, drink more wine, okay? So we summed it up as Americans, just drink more red wine and it'll lower heart disease. But this, of course, caused a major stir because so many other studies show us that alcohol kills brain cells, suppresses the immune system. So who to believe? So why do you think the French are in better health despite eating more fat, exercising less, and smoking more? What do you think? If you said that it's because they eat slow and they're relaxed, you're right. The French eat in a state of parasympathetic dominance. That just means that they're in a maximum relaxation and digestive function. So even if they're stressed out, they take a generous amount of time to eat their meal. They savor, they chit-chat with other French men and women. They talk, they relax, they take their time. And if that doesn't help, I'm sure the red wine does, right? So eating also isn't considered to be some nuisance biological requirement to get out of the way. I always think of my older sister with this. She has mentioned to me, she's a very successful businesswoman. She travels for work. She's like, I wish they could just stick an IV in me and I would just get all the nutrients in it and I wouldn't never have to worry about eating. Gosh, it's kind of like, man, that's the problem with our culture, right? We're always go, 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 rush, rush, rush. We don't get the impact that stress has on our bodies and our metabolisms, okay? So the French take, to sum it up, the French take time during the day to relax, celebrate, and acknowledge that deep human need to dine. It's not the polyphenols in the wine, it's the parasympathetic nervous system. It's in an optimum state of digestion and assimilation that they consistently eat under as a result of their frame of mind. So here's another example of relaxation. Has anyone ever gone on vacation or had that experience where they ate a lot, drank a lot, and then came back and lost weight, or they came back and didn't gain any weight? So this has happened to me a few times. I've gone to my favorite vacation spot in Cabo, and all the chips, all the margaritas, free for all, no worries. I come back and I'm shocked when the scale hasn't budged at all, or I've even lost weight. Why do you think that is? Well, again, you got it. It's because while you're on vacation, many of us do something highly unusual. We actually relax. Our frame of mind changes our metabolism to such a degree that we can eat more and yet lose weight. Pretty crazy, right? So obviously the point is to not just eat whatever you want or take more vacations to Mexico, which sounds really nice right now, but that many of us need to let go, live, relax more, and we'll metabolize better. So here are some action items that I want you to take on. I want you to help yourself slow down, relax, and increase your nutritional metabolism with this one simple exercise. Commit to giving yourself more time at each meal. So if you typically eat breakfast, lunch, or dinner in 5 minutes, I want you to bump it up to 10. It's going to start with awareness. So I want you to, over the next week, check the clock about how long does it take you to eat? How can you make that a little bit longer to slow down? Honestly, look to see where you can find these extra moments to eat, okay? You are worth it. Enroll your friends and family, coworkers, find a slow down buddy. Okay, so maybe it's your kids, maybe it's your spouse, maybe it's your coworker. Hey, I'm working on trying to slow down my eating. Do you want to be my buddy? Okay, you can also play a secret game to be the last one done eating. Okay, also only eat in a sitting position, not at your desk, at a kitchen table, feet flat on the floor, sitting up straight. Okay, go on a media free diet. I want you to take this on and share with us how it goes for you. I would love to know. I want to know how this went for you this week. Slowing down, relaxing, and what was hard about it? What was challenging? What went well? Okay. So if you're one of those people where you feel like you've tried every single diet out there and you've done everything right for weight loss, but you're still stuck in the same plateau, I want you to ask yourself, do you live a hurried life? Are you eating at warp speed? Does your job require you to live in a constant state of fight or flight? Then if so, there's no amount of calorie counting or treadmilling that's going to get you where you want to go. Your task is to do something of the greatest possible difficulty. Relax. Stop producing so much cortisol. Take a deep breath. Be a little more peaceful and actually give your calories a chance to burn. Take me, for example. I used to constantly be worried and be stressed out about my body, about what I ate, about how many calories I was eating, how much I needed to work out, getting abs. I was in the gym like 3 to 4 hours a day. I was on a hamster wheel of stress. So there I am, worried about my weight, and I'm forcing myself on a really, really restrictive diet, and I'm convinced of my unworthiness to exist unless I shrink my body to some perfect small size. So these self-perpetuated messages literally put my body into a chronic low-level state of stress, okay? So though I was consuming less calories by dieting and killing myself on the treadmill, my body was producing more cortisol and insulin, which was signaling my body to gain weight. So in medical terms, chronic stress decreases your thermic efficiency, which is your body's ability to burn calories and metabolize stored fat. So the bottom line is this: worrying about fat increases fat. Anxiety about weight loss causes your body to put fat on and retain it. Okay? Using anxiety and stress to motivate yourself to lose weight does not work. Okay? When I stopped worrying about my weight, I felt so much more peaceful and relaxed, and my metabolism, my body, and my weight shifted to where it wanted to be. Okay. So again, you do not need to worry anymore or punish yourself about food. It's totally counterproductive to stress yourself out about your weight loss, because that same weight and that same stress causes you to put that weight back on. Okay. So, today, I want you to really focus on relaxing and slowing down today and then the rest of the week. So I want you to dive into the homework, really look at each exercise. There's some journaling exercises, some journal prompts, a recap of slowing down, and I really want you to dive in and share with us in the group how it's going for you, okay? All right, have a great day.